Hey everyone, we are continuing my series of interviews with members of the Family's Fly Free program. So today, Diane Francis has been kind enough to join me to share a little bit with everyone about her experience in the membership. So I always like to start by having my interviewee tell us a little bit about themselves. So Diane, why don't you tell us a little bit about your family and how you guys like to travel, the types of travel you enjoy doing?
Well, there's five of us in the family. I have two adult children, and then my husband and my son who lives at home. And we have traveled for a number of years. Mainly, myself and my husband traveled a lot for our work. And so we would have business meetings, and we always tried to get a couple days before or a couple days after, and we would sneak in those little trips with a business meeting or a conference or things like that. So that allowed us to kind of see different places around the country, and we certainly enjoyed it. Before we had a family, we did get to do a little bit more traveling than we did after. But anyway, we live in a Northwest Missouri area, and we're about an hour from the airport. So we're now entering midlife, and we hope to do a little bit more traveling. We're very fortunate. Our son enjoys to travel, and so he usually accompanies us. And so we just have a good time, enjoy learning about different places, the historical part of it, and just some fun things. So.
Okay, great. Well, so tell us why you decided to join the Family's Fly Free membership. What appealed to you about it?
Well, I had a little bit of history with traveling. I used to work for a long time ago. This is 40 years ago. I used to work for Frontier Airlines. Awesome. And so I kind of knew a little bit about the airline area and how to, come into different airports, and you can get a little bit better flights and this and that. But things have really changed in 40 years. And so I still have the desire to learn more about traveling. And so just Googling and finding about your Family's Fly Free. I'm always in for how I can use my travel dollars wisely, or make the dollar go a little bit further. And so it just kind of interests me how you could fly free. I knew there were frequent flyer programs, but those in some of the information you gave out that said that you didn't have to do a lot of flying, that you could still get a companion pass.
You don't have to fly at all.
I thought, well, why? Hey, this is something I need to look into. So anyway, just kind of my curiosity got to me, and so I started, looking into it a little bit more, and finding out, researching it and stuff. And it sounded like a good program. You got lots of good endorsements, and so I went from there.
So now that you have been in the membership, so you joined in April, so that's been maybe roughly about 6 months, I think. Mm-hmm. So tell us what your experience has been so far. Like, what are you enjoying about the membership?
I really enjoy having that. If you as a member, you're welcome to every week to get in on a podcast where people are talking about their travel experiences, how to find some of those good travel bargains, or how to have those travel dollars stretch a little bit further, and just talk about different places they've been and what they enjoyed, and that camaraderie about working, being together and talking about travel. I really, really enjoy that.
So we have weekly live webinars on different topics that members are welcome to come live and join if you're interested in the topic. And if you are interested but you can't make it, you can listen to the recordings later at your leisure.
I guess before April, I was kind of experimenting a little bit myself on okay, do I have to take out this credit card if I want to fly this airline, or do I have to take out this, how can I, do this and maybe perhaps get some frequent flyer points, but you've got it pretty compact, a couple credit cards and you can really do it. And I'm after about 6 months, I'm now seeing how I can do that. And
Okay,
it's
it's
really,
coming together for you.
yeah, it's starting to come together and it's real exciting. Of course, I'm more excited about it than anyone in the household. And so I keep talking about it and talking about it. And my husband said, "Oh, that's great. You found something you enjoy." So,
And it's going
anyway,
to save you guys a lot of money too. So yay.
well, and that he does enjoy. So he said, "Are you you really always? Are you sure you did that? Are you sure there's not like some underlining um, situation there that I'm not aware of?" But I now have tested out some of the things that you've mentioned, and I still not quite there after the beginning of the year. I want to try to work on trying to get the Southwest Companion Pass. I'm already a Southwest frequent flyer um, member and then have a card with them, but I didn't, the timing wasn't right for the Companion Pass. So I'm eager to see what I can do otherwise with it. And so anyway, it's fun. It's kind of like putting the pieces together, the puzzle pieces together, and then it's great when it's successful and you think, gosh, I planned that trip and I only spent X amount of dollars on it. So it makes you, I think you mentioned, it then gives you that extra little money that you save, then you can do some of those things that are the little extras that
Yeah.
in travel that you might want to hold back on because it just costs a little too much and stuff.
Yeah, you can take your travel budget and splurge a little on what all that you saved on airfare or hotels or whatever else.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, I'm thoroughly enjoying it and looking forward to what I can do in the next couple years and things with it and doing that. So, and I never would have had that information or that help in anything you know otherwise. And so I think it's a value, and I'm glad that I've signed up for it and are using it. So.
Yay. So you talked about putting all the pieces of the puzzle together. What do you think about the ease of the way I show people to put the pieces together? Has it been fairly easy for you?
Well, I think what you have as an advantage is you look at each individual and their particular situation and what their goals are, and look at that plan, and then send back an individualized plan for how they can increase their ability to fly free and to travel with using some of the tools that how to use to help people with that. And that was really helpful to me because I think every situation is kind of different. And so to have that personalization that you give to everybody in the program is an added benefit. You don't see that too much. And it hasn't been, there's been questions that I've had after I got a kind of a personal plan set up that then I thought, well, how about this or that? And so I've, quick emailed you or emailed your group, and it wasn't but a day and I have an answer back or what have you. So actually you're too quick. I won't be able to do the intervention of the by making the reservation as quick as you give me the answers back. So anyway.
Right. And so Diane's talking about there, we have an email or a form you can fill out at any time when you have any question about travel or cards or miles and points, whatever. And you can send a question to us and we'll get an answer back to you. Yeah. In the next day, usually. So that's an easy way to get ongoing support in addition to these regular Zoom consults that we do with our members as well. And I like that you mentioned that.
Yeah, and I think also it's important, a lot of the credit cards do have minimum spends. And so for us, it's okay, I hold off in making certain purchases that I know that we're going to need, like a set of tires right now.
Mhm.
We're needing a set of tires. So I knew in advance that's something, oh, when I do get a credit card or the recent credit card that I just got for helping, which is that Chase Sapphire or Sapphire Chase Reserve, that, okay, I can put the tires on that. I go through and I make a plan as to how that money that is the minimum spend for that, how it's not just extra spending that I'm doing, it's spending that I do need and those items, so that it doesn't really it doesn't encourage spending that you wouldn't already be doing. So
Right, absolutely. And we don't want you to do that. We want you to, and you can do this very easily with spending you're going to do anyway. And exactly, like everyone ends up with, they need a refrigerator sometimes, or they need a set of tires, or, unfortunately that happens to everyone every year. So yeah, but if you can earn free travel on that expense you have to buy anyway, that makes it a little bit more palatable. And not the favorite one I like is when you have to pay taxes. Why not earn some free travel on those taxes you have to pay? That makes it a little, you can stomach it a little bit better, right? Is there anything that you've been surprised about in terms of the membership that you didn't expect coming in?
I think the thing that really surprised me is we did already do some traveling with a Marriott card, because we have a timeshare with Marriott, and I found the Sapphire Chase Reserve getting in there. I could actually book a reservation in that system cheaper than I could the Marriott going in and doing the. You mentioned that, and
yes,
so I tested it. I mean, I had reason to get in and look at that because of making some reservations, and that was the situation. And in just some other, points, the of overnight accommodations that has been given. I went in and, oh my gosh, really some wonderful savings in booking timeshares that owners have, and things like that. So we have a situation where our son has severe allergies, and so eating out is somewhat of an issue. So we have to do a lot of food preparation. So I need a kitchen, and the timeshares or the condos do have that option, where I can do that. And so that's made it really nice because I can find some things at a decent cost and stuff like that as well. So
yeah, so it's families fly free, but we also show you how to save on timeshares and hotels and car rentals and airport parking and all kinds of things. So maybe it should be families travel free. Yes, but so we do talk about all of that stuff. And we do have a lot of members who like vacation rentals, some like you who need to for those specific reasons. Someone has a food allergy. And so I'm actually coming up next month, we're going to focus on kind of alternative accommodations as our theme for our webinars in the membership. So we're going to talk about vacation rentals. We're going to talk about some other things too, like cabin rentals, like the YMCA in Colorado, KOAs, and camping. So we're going to talk about all that. So things other than hotels, because a lot of members are finding success just like you and taking that travel budget and booking things for pennies on the dollar, like timeshares, and still getting that giant space that you would get, like with the separate bedrooms and the full kitchen and the laundry, but you still get all the resort amenities that you would get at a hotel too. It costs way less. So we have a lot of good tricks like that.
And I think too, a lot of people we travel sometimes with another couple, or we travel with another young person or what have you. And so you want 2 bedrooms, but you don't want the cost of paying for 2 hotel rooms. And so it just makes it nice. So, and I really enjoy hearing everybody's experience at different destinations that are usually common destinations that people want to go see, tourist areas or what have you. And so somebody mentioning, oh, we stayed here when we really loved it. It's nice and what have you. That's really nice to have that in the back of your mind. And then if you go somewhere or have those notes, you can think, oh, okay, somebody really enjoyed this. And the reason why they did is the same as, what I would like. So.
Yeah. And we find too, once you learn how to fly free, suddenly the world opens up to you and you have to figure out where to go if it doesn't cost you anything. So we do try to provide a lot of fodder of different destinations, like you said, and different people's experience. It's not all just me talking, different people's experience at different destinations to give you some ideas of where you might want to go that maybe you haven't thought of. So in terms of like quantifying savings, do you feel like you've gotten your money's worth out of the membership?
Yes, even in 6 months, I've done that because we've made within the time period that we've had the membership. I've made arrangements for 2 trips for us, even during COVID, and just with what I've done and saved in that period of time has paid for the membership. So 2 times, and it came in handy and helpful. And I always use, I kind of looked for the following year and kind of plan things out a little bit. And I can already see where it's going to save us through the years, quite a bit of money. So with it, so.
And do you feel confident you have, a plan to fly free going forward? That's fairly simple.
Oh yeah, it's exciting to see. I guess that shows my true Midwest wanting to save a dollar or whatever. But anyway, I really enjoy that thrill of, oh, guess what? It's not costing us anything to fly to Fort Myers, Florida, or what have you with it. So, or to Hawaii. That's my next goal is, can I really get to Hawaii and back without, spending a lot of money and stuff with it. So, or get into some of those places that I wouldn't think I'd be able to really afford, but I am able to afford it because of knowing how to book those and to understand, some of the bookings and where you can go where you're not paying the price that is on usually what the sticker price or whatever you want.
Right. Even the sticker points price, we can pretty much show you how to not pay that on anything.
Right.
So you're saving in dollars and in points. So you can take more trips on the same number of points. Yeah.
Yeah. And the one thing too that I was really happy to learn is I think there's a bit of a security that you have taught me, or that this has taught me too, that I feel really good about, because we've made other travel arrangements and we end up not being able to get your money back, but you get like a voucher or credit or what have you. And I feel a little bit of security because of being able to have being booked in points, and how you've mentioned how that's easier to be, not reimbursed, but you get your points back, or cancel and then get your points back expire. And what have you. And we're sitting with a voucher now that with something that we planned a couple years ago, because we haven't had the opportunity to do that or to use that. And when we did try to use it, it cost us more than what it would to fly another airline. so that's a real benefit, I think.
Yeah, we show you how to never get a credit or a voucher ever again. Say goodbye to those nasty things. We don't like them. So what would you tell people who think this is too good to be true?
It works. I guess that would be, it works. Hey, I'm from the show me state, so you've shown me. Missouri show me, so you showed me, Lynn, and it does. You're fly free. You can make it work, and it's not that complicated either. a little bit of, like I say, putting puzzle, kind of like a puzzle, putting the pieces together.
Yeah. And you mentioned, that you have that mindset of it's so exciting to see how much you've saved. And I tell you, everyone in this membership has that exact same mindset. And it's fun to be around those people because it's like a game of, how much can we get for how little. And it is amazing. Like when you put everyone together and everyone's tips are shared in this inner circle, we have all these insider tips. It's amazing how you can take travel saving to another level, even if you think you're doing it already.
Right.
If you want to take it up 10 notches, come join the membership.
Yeah, it's kind of addictive. In fact, now that I can watch some of the webinars on my phone, I have to watch it because are you still watching that on your phone? I said, well, it hasn't sunk in real well. I kind of have to listen to it and listen to it again and kind of take my notes and make my cheat sheets and things like that on it. So
yeah, I had a member the other day who said her son, she was always playing it in the car, and the son's like, are you listening to that lady again? Anyway, we do have a lot of information in there. So when you join, don't like you have to listen to it all. You just go to the topics that are of interest at the time and work on it over time. What is of interest to you. And we try to offer different opportunities for it to sink in because a lot of people tell me that they just need to hear it a few times. So we will have like a getting started webinar, most months you can keep coming to that and get the beginner version of it. You can send questions in, you can watch webinars, you can come ask questions at my live Q&A webinar every month.
Mm-hmm.
So there's lots of opportunities to just keep exposing yourself until you get it. And it is simple once you understand it. Once it sinks in, then you know it. It's on autopilot, and you've got your process set going forward. Is there anything else that you would tell someone who is considering joining but not sure if this is right for them?
I think it's a wonderful program that I've just found of great value. So that's why we're members. So.
Well, thanks so much, Diane, for coming on and just sharing your experience and your family's savings. And hopefully we'll keep on saving you more and more. And you can come back and tell us about your amazing trips that you're planning.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.